Hey guys, Keith the Human here, Park City, Kentucky. It's Saturday after the election. Still trying to wrap my head around a lot of this, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. Got a lot to unpack. I have been cutting people out of my life and deleting people. I know a lot of people don't think that's good, but fuck you. I don't care. I'm done. I just can't no more. I can't no more. There's just no excuse for this. But I want to start just breaking this down, the different demographics and the groups that voted the way they did. And I guess today I really have to start on the military. I just read where they called an emergency meeting at the Pentagon to try to come up with a plan of what they're going to do to deal with Trump taking power over again. Do you even understand how fucking crazy that is? That our military is so concerned about who's going to be our next president? That's unprecedented, y'all. That usually ain't a thing. And over 900 military officials signed a letter disavowing Trump and warning people not to vote for this guy. Many of them that worked for him. Mark Milley said he was a fascist. I think John Kelly said he was a fascist. His own people. 44 of the 48 people in his staff would not endorse him. Many of them opposed him. Wrote books, disclaimers of his presidency. That he can't be nowhere near power again. And that's, on top of the historians and the psychologists and all the Republicans. But military members voted for him in large numbers. A 6-time draft dodger, by the way. 5 or 6. I don't want to say something that ain't true, but he got deferments from Vietnam for bone spurs and played college sports. Little rich kid. Got out of it. Well, other people's kids had to die there, And then take into the fact that nobody in Trump's family's ever served in the military. Not a single one of them. And if you believe Michael Cohen's story about Don Jr. was going to join at one time. And Trump was so angered by it that he said he would disavow his own son if he joined the military. Let's go back to when he was running for president the first time. When he stated that he knew more than a lot of our generals, a lot of our top military leaders because he went to military school. So he knew more about the military because he went to military school. And from what I could hear they won't release his records there either, but what I've heard from people that are familiar with the situation, he was a punk and a bully there. He was a mean asshole. That's why they put him there in the first place, because he was uncontrollable shithead. He said that. And then he went on to make fun of John McCain for being captured in Vietnam for 5 years, by the way. Tortured, suffered immensely when he didn't have to. His daddy was a big military leader and he could have got right out of there. He was offered that. But he stayed with his men. Honorable. No man left behind. It's a motto in the military. I don't like people who get captured. And they voted for him anyway. And then move on into his presidency. And I can remember this. I was watching it as it was unfolding on TV. He was at some military base telling these people that he gave them a 10% raise. when in actuality it was a 2.6% raise. The same raise they get every fucking time. Lied and said Obama didn't give them one. He did. Same raise that Trump gave them. But Trump said this. 2.6 wasn't good enough. They said, how about 5%? No, it ain't good enough. He wants 10%. And he made up the fact that he was negotiating this himself because presidents don't do that, y'all. They signed it. And you could see people in the crowd kind of looking around at each other like, what the fuck? And then everybody else was just, yeah. And just fucking lied to him. Nobody called him out on it. And I thought, what the fuck, really? And let's move on to what John Kelly said about the suckers and losers. But of course, John Kelly's lying, right? Because Trump would never lie about nothing like that, would he? A guy who's got a fucking list of fraud that's stretched as far as the fucking universe. John Kelly's lying, though, about him calling our military suckers and losers for dying. It was pretty much what Michael Cohen said that he told Don Jr. when he wanted to join the military. But you voted for this guy anyway. A guy who wanted to use our military to go in and shoot protesters on the streets. Which is what he will do now. Not only will he do that, he'll have militia groups that he will build up himself. These people will, just for him. These oath keepers and all these others, the Proud Boys and these sons of bitches that he's going to let out of jail. They tried to overthrow our government. And you veterans voted for that. When his own people are telling you, don't vote for this guy. He is a danger. All of our allies are scared shitless right now. While Putin and Xi and all these other motherfuckers are just sitting back smiling. And for some reason, y'all have got this myth built up that he's some kind of tough guy. He is a little suck boy is what he is. If you're a bigger dictator than he is, or he wants to be, he looks up to that shit. And boy, you better believe he's going to do some shit to prove that he's going to be one too. You wait and see what this motherfucker does. And you veterans that should have known better voted for this. You voted for this. I wasn't in the military, but I was in delayed entry for about a year, and I got in an accident and couldn't go. But I know a little bit about it. My dad was in the military. My papa, there's several people been in the military in my family. But I was under the impression that having discipline was something that was a standard for military people. That's what they teach you in the military, is how to have discipline. And you voted for a man who has zero fucking discipline in anything. Ever. Can't shut his fucking mouth. Can't keep a secret because he can't shut his fucking mouth. Constantly disrespects people. And my God. This man. Oh, he has no filter. Yeah, that's not a good thing for a world leader. Especially in the world the way it is today. It could take his big mouth setting off something that we can't turn back from. And honor is supposed to be something else. You're supposed to always tell the truth when you're in the military. This guy lies every time his mouth is running. But veterans and military members voted for this guy. Police officers voted for this guy, this fraud, this criminal, over a prosecutor. Over a prosecutor. One of their own. A senator, a vice president. Voted for this lying fucking criminal over one of their own. And people wonder why we are so pissed off and disillusioned and cutting people off. That's why. That's why people tried to warn you over and over and over and over about this guy. So he has no honor, he has no decency. If you do anything to disobey him, you're gonna pay for it. That's not what it's supposed to be about, y'all. He is going to be a dictator. Y'all have just helped elect a dictator. Said he was going to be a dictator. Y'all supposed to uphold the Constitution. That motherfucker trampled all over the Constitution. He stole top secret documents from our fucking government. And he's probably sold them to people. He still has some of them. And he's not going to pay for it because you voted for him to be president. He is in Vladimir Putin's pocket. He would do anything for that man. You wait and see what he does with Ukraine. They're done. Ukraine is done. Our allies. So any of you veterans or military motherfuckers out there that voted for him, their blood is on your hands, you motherfuckers. You ignorant motherfuckers. God damn it, y'all. I hate getting to where I'm cussing and calling names, but fuck. You're either stupid, sick, or evil. That's it. Stupid, sick, or evil. And I'm afraid a lot of y'all are all three. All three. The shit this man's going to do is going to blow people's minds. He will shoot protesters. He will try to lock up his political opponents. The Supreme Court has given him full reign to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's even said he'll suspend the Constitution if he has to. Something that you military members swore to uphold and protect. And he's going to suspend it if he wants to. And he will. Like he don't give a fuck about that Constitution, no way. Y'all need to check out Viktor Orban in Hungary, because that's what he wants to turn this country into. And don't get your guns. All y'all keep voting Republican because the Democrats going to get your guns. You're going to see who's going to get your guns. It's one of the first thing authoritarian rulers do, is gather up the guns. Except his militia buddies will still have their guns. We're in a world full of hurt, and the people that should have stood up and protected us, the last line of defense, it should have been military members. It should have been people that knew better than this, that were taught better than this, that had a creed that was better than this. I'm just still so appalled and just sickened by this shit, y'all. Anyway, man, y'all keep fighting the good fight. Do what you can. Keep your mind right. This is gonna be some bad shit, y'all. But we gotta fight through it. I mean, we were born in this time for a reason, I suppose. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.